What if you could see a map of your own personality? A map that shows not just what you know about yourself, but what others see in you, and even the parts that are hidden from everyone, including you. Well, today, we're exploring a tool that does just that.
So let me ask you a question. What if your friends, your family, your coworkers, what if they all see a fundamental part of who you are that you're completely, totally oblivious to? It's a pretty unsettling thought, isn't it?
And that's really the core challenge we all face. The truth is, it's basically impossible to fully grasp our own personality. I mean, we live inside it, right? So we can't really see the whole picture. But what we can do is become way more aware of what parts of us we show to the world and what parts stay hidden.
And to help us do that, we have this absolutely brilliant framework called the Johari Window. And here's a fun fact. The name Johari isn't some ancient mystical term. It's just a mashup of the first names of its creators, Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham. They designed it as a simple model to map out our personal awareness.
So how does this thing actually work? Well, imagine a simple window with 4 panes. The model divides your personality into this window, and each pane represents a different piece of your awareness, both from your own perspective and from the perspective of other people. Let's break it down. First up, you've got the open self. This is the easy part. These are all the things you know about yourself, and you have no problem sharing them with others. It's your public persona, the stuff that both you and everyone else can see and agree on. Next, we get to the hidden self. Now, this quadrant is all about the things you know, but you keep them private. We're talking your secrets, your fears, maybe your secret ambitions. It's the part of you that you deliberately choose not to show the world. But here's the thing. The hidden self isn't set in stone. Think about it. As you really start to trust someone, you naturally start sharing more of what's in this pane, right? You let yourself be a little more vulnerable. And when you do that, your hidden self shrinks and your open self gets bigger. And that is the foundation of any real, deep connection. Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting. The blind spot. This pane holds all the things that other people see in you, but you are completely unaware of. Maybe you have a habit of interrupting people and you don't even realize it. Or, hey, maybe you have an incredible talent for calming people down that you've just never recognized in yourself. So finding out what's in your blind spot means you need feedback from other people. And this can be a real double-edged sword. It can be incredibly enlightening, like a huge aha moment of self-discovery. But let's be honest, it can also sting a little. It can be hurtful to hear how others see you, especially if it doesn't match up with how you see yourself. And finally, we have the most mysterious quadrant of all, the unknown self. These are the parts of your personality that are hidden from you and from everyone else. This is the realm of your subconscious, your untapped potential, those deeply buried memories. And as the research notes, sometimes this stuff bubbles up to the surface in dreams or during really unexpected life events. So that's the theory. But the real power of the Johari window is that it's not just some abstract idea. It's a hands-on tool you can actually use. Let's walk through a super simple exercise you could do to put this thing to work. Honestly, the process is incredibly straightforward. First, you get a list of adjectives and you pick the ones you think describe you. Then, and this is the key part, you ask a few trusted friends or colleagues to do the exact same thing for you. Finally, you take all those adjectives and plot them onto the 4 panes of the window. And this is kind of what a finished window might look like. See? An adjective that both you and your friends chose, like fun, that goes right into the open self. Something only you chose? Well, that's in your hidden self. And an adjective that only your friends chose, something like reliable? Well, that one lands squarely in your blind spot. And any adjectives that nobody chose at all? That's the unknown. So, what's the point of all this? The ultimate goal of this exercise is to grow your open self. And you do that in 2 ways. First, by being brave enough to ask for feedback, which shrinks your blind spot. And second, by choosing to share more of your private world, which shrinks your hidden self. So why does this matter? Because a bigger open self leads to better communication, deeper relationships, and just, well, a more authentic life. So what do you think you might discover if you actually tried this? This whole idea leaves us with a couple of really powerful questions to think about, especially if you're thinking about this in the context of a close relationship. As we work to understand our partners better and as they understand us, we might just uncover some difficult truths. This whole pursuit of openness isn't always comfortable, which raises a pretty challenging question: is there such a thing as knowing too much? And to bring it all home, the final question turns that lens right back on you.
As you start to peel back the layers of your own personality, you might just confront some things you'd rather leave buried. So, what are you prepared to learn about yourself, and what might you actually prefer to leave in the unknown? That's a powerful thought to end on.